Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today my topic for this video is a regular expression. So regular expression basically a sequence of characters, or you can say the patterns. We want to search the patterns from the data. For example, if you work on the machine learning or in the data science problem related to the NLP domains like the natural language processing. So in the natural language processing, we work on the text data. So like you have the requirement to find the specific data from the text in the text minings or text analysis as a phase of NLP projects, or for the text cleaning also, like in generally, like once we scrap the data from multiple websites, from the online websites, then there is a possibility of the lot of noise, lot of garbage, lot of things. Then we can use the regex for the cleaning point of view also, to extract the useful information also, and mining also from the text data. We can use the regex in multiple ways. Like in case of machine learning or data science, we can use the regex for the data cleanings, like the text data cleanings and feature engineerings, and extracting the informations from the text. And in case of rule-based Python projects, we can use regex to make the parsers as per the requirement. We can extract the data and store those data into the different tables or different DBs. So we can use the regex in multiple way. In this particular video, I will going to show you how we can create the regex patterns to find the data from the string, to find the patterns from the strings, and how we can use the different modules, different methods of RE modules like the matches, search, find all sub these modules, and also along with the some implementation example. So let me start with the with regex first. So regex basically a sequence of characters that use to search pattern from the string data. So if we have the string data either in the rule-based project or in the AI project, then generally we use the regex to find the patterns, to extract the information from the string data. So here I take the example. This is the example, and suppose this is the our our patterns. This pattern start with cap, caret sign, then D, then we have two dot. You can see here two dot. Then we have V, and along with V we have star. In the right side of V we have the star, and then again we have two dot. Then in the end we have T. So I will show you the how we use these special characters in this video. But here I'm start with this example. Then I uh, came back to the each characters. What the meaning of the caps? What the meaning of stars? What the meaning of dollars? What the meaning of dot dot? So I will show you each characters one by one. But here first I'm start with this example. So suppose this is the regex pattern, and this pattern basically matches string which start with D. You can see here starting character is D, caps, and if we define cap in the left side of any character, it means it check like the starting of the character. This cap means starting of the characters. It's checking the character from the starting of the string. So you can see here cap D, and dollar means it checking the end of the string. So you can see here it basically check like the string start with D and end with T, and in between like we have the four dot. You can see here two dot this, two dot this. So you can see here and D and T along with dot. So like it going to check a characters which length is 6 or more than 6. Start with D, string start with D and with T, and length is 6 or more than 6. And you can see here V. Along with V have the star. Star basically like the 0 and more occurrences means either V is occurred one time, occurred multiple times, or even the V is not present, then also this pattern is going to match. So let me show you, like if I pass the Devvrat string, this string has the seven characters, start with the D and with T, and after the you can see here two characters. After these two characters, we have the V. So all things is match. So in this case, this is match. Devvrat is match with this pattern. And then I pass the Devan. In this case, like the D is match, T is match. Then after two date, you can see here, these are this match with two dot. So after two dot, V is not here. V is missing in this pattern. But we have the star. Star means we can match the 0 or more occurrence. So this is also match because star means either we have the 0 occurrence or more occurrence of V. So here are the 0 occurrence of V. V is missing in this case. That's why it's also match. Then same way like the Devvrat is also match in this particular situation. Like I have the single V here. And now I change the D, like the starting letter from small to caps. And now it's not going to match because regex is case sensitive. And if I divide the string into two parts, like Dev space, then what, then also it's not going to match because like the primary prerequisite is 6 characters, 3 and then again 3, 6 characters, and it start with D, and the in the end T is missing, and also character count is 3, and in this situation character count is 4, and also not start with D, so that's why it's not going to match. Further, we have the RE module. So all the regex is work on the RE modules. Python is providing the inbuilt package RE, and we need to import those RE modules, then we can use all the regex engine. So here is the syntax import RE. So let me show you the code. So this is the code example. So in this code, you can see here, first I import the RE modules and I define a pattern. So this is the same pattern which I show you here. This is the same patterns like the in the starting I have the cap, then D, then double dot, then V, then star, then again double dot, then T, and in the end dollar. And if I pass Devvrat here, then you can see here it match. And RE basically providing multiple functions like the match, string, find all, sub, but I will going to discuss those in this video. But here it is in this example, I'm use match here, RE match. In the RE match, I'm passing two things, pattern and string. Pattern means I define the pattern here, and string data, this is the string data. So I'm going to match this pattern from the string data. And you can see here, and this is the object which is written by the RE match method. And if I print this object, you can see here, it found the match Devvrat, and the location, like the spam of the match start from the 0 from here to 7. So that's why spam value is 0 to 7. No doubt I will discuss later like the match object in details in this video. So this is the like the basic example of the regex. And in the next section, I'm changing the string data. So in this case, pattern is same, pattern is again same, and I just change the data. And now I have the Devant, and this string has the 6 character only. And if I run this, you can see here it match, Devant is match, and the spam is 0 to 6 because I have the star with V. So either V occurrence is 0 or more. So in this case, V occurrence is 0, so that's why it's match. But here I change the D into a caps letter, and it's not going to match in this situation because regex is case sensitive, and you can see here it returning the none because it's not going to match. So this is the toy example of regex, and let me start with the special characters and further regex methods. With special characters and the ordinary characters in regex, develop a regex in two ways, either with the use of simple characters like the ordinary characters, like we know, okay, this kind of character is coming into the string, and we define the simple regex by using the simple characters or ordinary characters. If we don't know what kind of data is coming on the runtime, then we use the special character regex. Then we define the patterns in the special characters, and then we handle the unseen data in those way. So in case of ordinary characters, like all characters like the A's, like all alphabets in caps in small, and digits are the simple ordinary characters. And special character basically means all the special character like the star, dollar, caps, plus, dot, question mark, brackets like the curly bracket, square bracket, round bracket, slash, and or operator. So these all are the special characters, and we also call the meta characters because they can use in multiple ways because they have the special meaning in the regex. So So let me start with the scare bracket. So in the scare bracket, we need to define the patterns. So there's the multiple ways to define the patterns in the scare bracket. One way is we can use the simple ordinary characters and we can match those ordinary characters. Suppose we define the patterns here, 1, 2, 3 under the scare bracket. So it's basically match 1, 2, 3 from the string data, like it return the matches it found 1 or 2 or 3 anyway. And in case of ABC, it match the ABC, return the value if ABC any character is match. Then I have the AI in the bracket. You can see here scare bracket. You can see here this is the scare bracket, and inside the scare bracket AI. It basically match with A and I characters, and it return the values if A or I any character is match. So this is the very simple examples how we can create the uh, patterns with the help of simple ordinary character. And we can define the range also. So in the range, we need to pass two characters and then we spread those characters by the minus sign. So this is the example. This is the again scare bracket, and then scare bracket I'm passing 1, then I have the minus sign, then 9. So it will match all any digit from 1 to 9. You can see here 1 to 9. If any digit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, any digit come into the string data, it match. And same way we can pass any alphabet also A to Z. It's going to match all alphabets A to Z. And we can define the alphabets from A to C also. Like if we are interested to match the specific like the few number of alphabet, then we can use this way also. Like it's going to match in the A to C situation. It's going to match A, B, and C only. Further, I have the example. So if I create a patterns like the Dev under this scare bracket, and if I pass the string Devvrat, so it's basically written the 4 match DEV. So you can see here it's written the 4 match. In case of Devan, it's written the 3 match DEV. In case of Dev and then space for in this situation, it is going to return the 4 match DEV. So this way we can use the scare brackets for the to define the simple ordinary patterns and for to define the range patterns also. And further we can pass the special characters in this scare bracket also. And in those case, special character lose their special meaning inside this bracket. Suppose I create a patterns like this is the scare bracket, and in this scare bracket I pass round brackets plus and star, and it will match any special characters like if found the bracket plus star and round brackets close. So it basically match these characters. It like the special meaning is loose in this situation because I'm passing this pattern inside the scare bracket. And further we can pass the character classes also. For example, in case of string like the /s, in case of integer dg/d, so we can pass the character classes also. And suppose if we are not aware about the what kind of data is going to match, then we can use the cap and then the characters. So it basically returns all the character, exclude this character. We define the cap, and this character is basically match all the characters other than this particular character. So this way we can handle the unseen data if we don't know what kind of string data is coming on the runtime. And let me show you the few coding example here. So in this example, I create a pattern 0 to 9, and here are the strings like my phone number is this. So here basically I'm going to mask the numbers like the integer data. So suppose as per the requirement in any software, any product, we're going to mask the phone number, we're going to mask the Aadhaar card numbers or SSN numbers or a bank number, any numbers as per the constraint, as per the compliance. Then we prefer the like the pattern based, like the regex based patterns also, like the one way. So this is the two examples. So like it's going to mask all the integers from this string. And here I'm using the sub module. So re.sub basically replace the match with this item. So here I'm passing the three things. First is a pattern. So this is the pattern I define here. First I pass the pattern. Then I have the item which I want to replace, which I want to uh, exchange with the match string. So this is the string. You can see here, this is the string. And this star means the item which I want to exchange with the match data. So I can pass anything here. So here I'm passing the star. You can see here if I execute, my name is star star star. So here I mask the integer data. This phone number I mask here. So this way we can use the regex for the masking of the data. And let me move to another example is dot. So dot basically match with any characters. Exclude the new line, it's match any characters. And if we provide the dot all flag, then it include the new line also. So here I create a patterns with dot. You can see here dot pattern. In the pattern, I define the just dot, and this is the string. This is the same string which I use in the previous example here. Then I again use the submodule, and in the submodule, I'm passing the pattern here, and this is the string data, and this is the value which I want to use to replace the match items. So dot basically match with any characters like the alphabets, integer, any characters. So you can see here it masks all the data. So if we have the requirement to de-identify the data to mask the old data in one go, then we can use the dot also. And then I have the caret. So cap basically used to match the string from the starting. It basically match the starting string. In case of multiple lines also, it's match the first string. And here I define a pattern Devvrat. You can see here Devvrat, and in the starting of Devvrat, I have the cap here. And in the string data, I pass the Devvrat, phone number is this, and then again Devvrat. You can see here, I have the two Devvrat here. This is Devvrat in the starting, in the end also Devvrat. If I use this pattern here in the submodule, this syntax is same as per similar to previous example. And here you can see here, it match with the first Devvrat. You can see here, it match with first Devvrat, but it ignore the second one because we define the cap, and cap basically match the starting of the string. So it basically looking for the starting of the string. And now we define the Devvrat in the end. And so this Devvrat is ignored by this pattern. So this way we can use the cap. We can use cap with the dot also. Like if suppose I have the requirement to mask the credit card number from the message, and in the message, like the message start from the credit card number, then that content, and I have the requirement to mask those credit card data in the starting of the string. So then I can use this kind of pattern like the star and then dot dot dot. So this way it masks any data which come here, and it basically masks first 7 characters. There are the 7 dots, so this masks 7 characters. If I run this, you can see here it masks the Devvrat here, but it can mask anything which we pass here. It masks anything here. So as per the requirement, we can use this also for the masking. And then we have the dollar. Dollar basically, if we compare the dollar with the cap basically checking the string in the start, and the dollar checking the string in the end. And if you see here I'm passing again this dot dot with dollar. This basically redact all the data from the end. So here I pass the 9 dots, and you can see here it redact all the 9 elements from here. So this way, like the dollar is work. And further, you can see here another pattern I'm going to use. I define the dollar with 34, and in this particular case, you can see here 234, 34, 34. And as I'm using the dollar, so it's basically checking the end. It basically match with this 34. It ignore the 34 inside this. You can see here, it basically ignore this 34. It only match with end 34. And if I run this, you can see here, this 34 is reduced, and this 34 like is ignored, and the 34 from the end is reducted. So this way, like the dollar is good. So next one is the star. Star basically match with 0 and more occurrence of the patterns left to it. So basically we can define the pattern in this way. You can see here, this pattern is start with 3, then 4, and along with 4, we have the star, and then 5. So this pattern basically checking like our integer start with 3 and with 5, and it has the 4. And along with 4, I have the star. So star means 4 occurrence. It basically check the 4 occurrence 0. Either 4 is missing, or 4 is like the repeat 1 time, 2 time, or multiple time. It's going to handle 4 in any time. But there is the patterns like the integer start with 3 and with 5, and 4, either 4 is missing or 4 has the multiple entry, it's going to match in this way. And let me show you the string here, like the phone number is 35. You can see here, in case of 35, 4 is missing. Then we have the 345. In this case, we have the 345, like the 4 is here, 4 has one occurrence. And in the next example, we have the 3445. We have two occurrences here. And in the next integer, we have start with the 3, then 4, then 6 and 7. You can see here, end of this integer is here is 7 instead of 5. And if I run this, you can see here, it match with 35 because we have the 0 and more occurrences. So here are the 0 occurrence of 4, then it match with 35. Here are the 1 occurrence of 4, it match. Here are the 2 occurrence of 4, it match. But here, like the 5 is missing from this, like the end of the integer is from 7 instead of 5. So that's why it's not going to match here. So this way, like the star is work. And next one is the plus. Plus match the 1 and more. If we compare with the star, star has 0 and more. You can see here, it match with the 35, even like the 4 is not exist here. But in case of plus, it checking at least 1 or more. So same patterns I define here. I just change the star with plus here. Now I'm going to use plus instead of star. And same string I'm going to pass here. And you can see here, now it's ignore the 35 because it's checking the at least 1 occurrence. So that's why it's ignore the 35 here, and it reduct the 345 as expected, 3445 as expected, and also ignore the 3467 as expected. So you can see here, this way plus is work. Then we have the question mark. So question mark has the 0 and 1 occurrence. So in case of star, we have the 0 and more occurrences. In case of plus, we have the 1 and more occurrences. In case of question mark, we have 0 and 1. In case of more than 1, then it's not going to match. And let me use the same pattern here. And I just replace the plus with the question mark here. You can see here, now I define the question mark and same string here. And in this string, you can see here, it match with 35 because it's checking for the 0. So in case of 35, 4 occurrences 0, it's match. Then 1 occurrence. So 345 has the 1 occurrence, it's match. But it's ignore this because it has the more than 1 occurrence, like the 4 has 2 occurrences here. That's why it's ignored. And also this ignore. So this way, like the question mark is work. And then I have the curly brackets. And in the curly brackets, basically we can define the any patterns here. Like if we are interested to check existence of A, and the minimum occurrence of A is m time, and the maximum occurrence of A is n time. So here basically this is the syntax, like this is the patterns we are going to check. And then this is the minimum occurrence, and this is the maximum occurrence. So let me show you here in the example also. So suppose we pass this kind of pattern A, then we have the curly bracket, then 3 and 5. This is going to match with this one, A 3 times, because minimum match is 3. And this also, because minimum match is because maximum match is up to the 5, then this one also and this one also. So this way it's work. And let me show you here. So here basically I again use the pattern for the 4, and I'm checking the occurrence of 4. Minimum is 2 times and maximum is 3 times. And if I pass this, you can see here, first I'm going to pass the 345. So here the 4 occurrence is 1. Then I have the 3445. Here as the 4 has the 2 occurrences. And in this case, 4 has the 3 occurrences. And in this case, 4 has the 4 occurrences. And if you see the output, it ignores the 345 because the minimum occurrences is required the 4. And it reducts the double 4. You can see here 2 times 4, it match with the minimum occurrences. So that's why it's reduct this. And it also reduct the 3 times 4 because this is match with this. And from this example, it reduct first 3, 4 because the maximum occurrences is 3. So that's why it's reduct this first 3, 4 and it's ignore the first 4. So you can see here this way like the curly braces is working in the regular expression. Then I have the OR operator. OR operator basically used to define the patterns with the OR conditions like 3 and 5. In this patterns is going to check either 3 or 5. It's going to match with both. Like 3 found, then match, 4, 5 found, then match. And here are the string. You can see here, Devvrat phone number, again string is similar. And if I go to run, you can see here, it match with 3. You can see here, 3 also mask, 5 also mask. You can see here, 3 again mask, 5 again mask. So you can see here, this way OR operator is work. And let me move to the next spatial character. So those were the round bracket. In previous, we see the square bracket, curly bracket. So here are the round bracket. So in the round bracket, basically, if we are interested to define the pattern as a group, in the round bracket, we define the group. Let me explain with the help of this pattern. So in this particular pattern, I'm defining the 3 and then I'm put a OR condition 3 or 4 and then bracket, and outside the bracket I have 5. So in this particular pattern is going to match with 3 and 5 or 4 and 5. So this way I create a group, like either 35 is found, 45 is found, then it's going to match. And if I pass this string, so in this string I have the 45 here, I have the 35 here, then again 45 here. And let me show you. So this way it's work. It found the 45 here, so it reducted. It found the 35 here, it's reducted. Then it have the again 45 here, it's reducted. So this way like the group condition is work, group pattern is work in the regex. And then I have the backslash. Backslash basically used as a escape special characters. So we can use like the star, question mark, plus all characters similar to the simple characters, ordinary characters without any special meaning. So if we define the here like this is the example, like if we use this like the backslash plus 3, then it match with plus is followed by the 3. So it's going to match with a string which start with the plus and followed by the 3. And in this situation, plus is not considered as a special character by the regex engine. So this is the benefit of backslash. And let me show you this in this example. This is the pattern, like the backslash plus 3. And here in this string, I'm pass the plus 3 here, plus 3. And if I run this, you can see here, it match with plus 3. It reducted the plus 3 here. So this way is the backslash is work. So this is about the first part of the regular expression. In this particular part, I cover the special characters and the ordinary characters of the regex. In the next part, I will cover the special sequences and the regex modules like the match, find all, and sub and search, all things. So thank you for watching this.